she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Yeah, so that's another look, permit me to use the word crazy leftist. Meet Amanda, a self-proclaimed liberal and real estate agent from Louisville, Kentucky, who just had to share how she feels about Pam Bondi's thyroid cancer diagnosis. If you've got basic human decency and you're house hunting in Kentucky, steer clear of her listings, this post says. Now we're going to watch this epic confrontation between Caitlin Bennett and a few Democrats, because she gives a few quotes which they think Trump made.
Agree with him on that at least?
No.
We would be able to totally obliterate them. That's a terrible thing to say, but those people who run Iran need to understand that. And what do you think he meant by saying those people?
White supremacy. His subhuman people of color.
He's becoming very delusional and honestly showing a little bit of signs of dementia.
This is something someone with dementia would say.
Absolutely.
Had Kamala actually won the election, do you think we would even be in this?
Absolutely not.
And they were not falling for this Iran stuff either.
No.
If Hillary Clinton had just won in the first place, maybe we wouldn't be in this mess.
Yeah, I would go with that.
If he had a kind soul, I think anyone can be beautiful, but he is not beautiful. No. He's not beautiful inside or out. He's a horrible person.
Did you vote for Hillary Clinton?
Yes.
Did you guys vote for Hillary Clinton?
Yeah.
We would not be in this position if she were president today.
Or Kamala.
The man truly is insane.
Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris said all of that, not Donald Trump.
Really?
Yes.
That makes me very sad.
Are you serious or not?
At least she's honest.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's a gotcha. Good for you.
You've never heard them say this stuff?
No, I haven't.
That was a quote from 2008, right here.
To it. I don't, you know what, who can believe what we read?
Did you go to the cops about me?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if you needed a permit.
I didn't mean to make you cry.
Crying, but
Okay.
it's shameful.
What's shameful about it? There's nothing.
Ouch. That's someone's auntie there. All right, gardening, I see you in the chat. Okay, guys, we're tracking the curfew for tonight. I have a bunch of stories to follow, but last night was fun. So if something pops off again at the ICE detention center, maybe we'll do it again tonight. Here they are milling around, and I think a few of them learned their lessons. I don't know what's going on. Let's have some audio. All right, so this is in Spanish. There's no singing. There's no all we are saying, give peace a chance going on unless it's happening somewhere else. But most of their singers were arrested last night. I think all of them were arrested last night because they were clearly told there's a curfew, everyone go home, and they stood around singing with their hands up, saying all we're saying, give peace a chance, and so on. And I'm like, look, guys, just go home. But they stayed and they got arrested. And there were some epic arrests from last night. So I want to play some of the greatest hits from last night. Okay, so here it is. Yeah. These are the greatest hits from last night. Oh, he was hog. Okay, I thought he was hog-tied. Ouch. So these were some of the greatest hits, but there were several disappearing acts, and they were quite entertaining. For those of you who were here last night, you remember the guy who was taunting the police, and then he was disappeared behind the barricade. It was epic. Okay, so I don't think anyone was hurt last night, so I'm happy about that. But they were arrested. So there's more press tonight as per usual. and there's so it's 2 minutes to curfew. I'm behind. It's already 2 minutes over curfew. I'm piggybacking off
So it sounds like they
this guy's live stream. His channel is called DJ something. Jeez, I want to give credit to him. BCP Black. No, I think he's copying off someone else, but courtesy of the Black conservative preacher. So he's piggybacking off someone else, and I'm piggybacking off him. So this is happening, and we're going to keep tracking it on the monitors. Okay, I have a monitor here. I'm going to be tracking it. As soon as there's movement, we'll flip over to it. Unless you guys just want us to sit and watch so we don't miss anything, let me know in the chat. Okay. Now there's a poll that's running in the chat. Okay, I asked a question. Where do you think the protests at the Newark ICE facility were mostly peaceful? And I'm already seeing that there's feedback on the poll. So let's know what you think about that. Was it mostly peaceful? Okay, so let's know your thoughts in the poll. Answer yes or no. I wasn't sure if the question was for the whole time. Well, so let's be fair, okay? Let's be fair. When you look at the entirety of the behavior of the protesters, all right? Now there's the Martin Luther King type of protests, okay? Did you, if they had video and audio of those kinds of those protests, were the people who were protesting with Martin Luther King using profanity against the police officers who were there to arrest them? Okay, because I think the whole time, the protesters used profanity against the officers, the ICE officers. They said things that were horrible. There was the guy who said that he was going to murder an ICE officer and his family. Like, is that peaceful? You know, so we'll try to be fair. They weren't always physical, but it ramped up eventually, and I wouldn't define it as mostly peaceful. Okay, here we go. So all we are saying, give peace a chance, has been tossed out of the window. Gardening says it hasn't been as bad as earlier in the week. Okay, you mean earlier last? Well, it hasn't been, and it was because the state deployed law enforcement, but things ramped up very quickly after that. Gardening says the horse situation and the bites and the threats of this week crossed the line, way past the line. Oh yeah, they were pushing for it. It was bound to happen eventually. It was bound to happen eventually.
I'm pretty sure that the president can't have 3 terms, but hey, the Constitution's up for debate now, isn't it? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect?
Yesterday was boring, but that was good for ICE. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just keep going through the stories, and I'll be looking at the monitor. If there's any movement, arrests and stuff, I'm gonna flip over and I'm going to back up so we can catch up on all of the activity over there. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, so let's flip over to the stories that I have lined up. All right. So here's okay.
You guys have to protect themselves? Yes. Guns aren't necessary. No. Why? If my rapist has a gun, shouldn't I have a gun?
Your rapist shouldn't have a gun.
No one should have guns.
here.
I shouldn't be able to defend myself. Go ahead and defend yourself.
Yeah, with no guns.
What can I use? What can I use against a rapist or someone that wants to come and break into my home and murder me? What am I supposed to get?
A knife.
A knife. If they have a gun, because criminals don't follow laws, I'm just supposed to have a knife to protect me against a bullet?
Okay, well, if there was no guns, your rapist wouldn't have a gun.
That's not how it works. Drugs are illegal.
Okay, and people still do drugs, so why, like...
That's a good point. You just literally dissolved your own argument.
No, sis. No, sis.
Sis, there it is. Without fail, sis. All right, you guys really need to work on your manners, your tolerance.
You. You.
Me. You guys think that...
Look, leftists are so predictable. All right, so let's watch this one. Okay, this is Officer Tatum. A few of you guys love his content. I love his content too. Let's have a listen.
In America, what's stopping you from making money in America?
What the fuck is not stopping us from making money?
You
what
go
the
to the
fuck
same
do you
university as
mean?
all these white people. How you got it different?
Exactly.
You said what? Excuse me?
We're in debt.
That's
That's our fault. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right?
Okay,
we were never given boots to begin with.
Let's start with this. I actually went and graduated from a university. So I'm not a guy that didn't go to college. I had a full scholarship, so I didn't pay for school in my undergrad. Graduate school, I paid for out of my pocket. I did not get a loan. I mean, I did not have to get loan forgiveness or nothing like that. I had $11,000 worth of debt and I paid it. How is that different than anybody else out here?
Because everybody doesn't have the same opportunity.
I'm black though. How did I pay my loan off and you can't? Or
where you from?
I'm from Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Dunbar High School.
Fort Worth,
right
Texas.
in the hood and stop 6. Right in the hood and stop 6. How did I get to this point if America is against me?
Did everybody in your neighborhood get to that point?
Well, different choices. There's a lot of people in my neighborhood that made it out because they made better choices. I could have sold drugs. I didn't.
Yep.
Why? Because I wanted something better out of my life.
What do you say about the disproportionate wealth?
What?
Does that not matter?
It's about culture. How much money do you save?
Tony, good to see you in the chat.
You in debt. How much do you invest?
Gardening meets Tony. He's one of the OGs. He lives in Australia.
Well,
Hang on, I'm going to back up.
Because they made better choices. I could have sold drugs. I didn't. Why? Because I wanted something better out of my life.
What do you say about the disproportionate wealth? Does that not matter?
It's about culture.
Yeah.
How much money do you save?
I don't know. I'm in debt, bro.
You in debt. How much?
You know, people talk about disproportionate wealth, but nobody seems to talk about disproportionate effort. There's always the argument about disproportionate wealth and so on. Oh, thanks, Tony, for becoming a member, for renewing your membership. Thanks. There's always this argument around disproportionate wealth, but nobody ever talks about disproportionate effort.
Do you invest?
I don't know.
How did you get into debt? Who chose to come here?
Me.
Well, you laid it out.
Yep.
Now, when you come here, for every college student here, this should be an investment into your future.
Right.
Anybody that know anything about making money knows that you have to invest to get to the next step.
You may be
in debt to make an investment to get to the next step.
Whoa, Tony just dropped 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Tony. Wow, you rock.
This is a debt investment to make more money in the future. If you come here and clown around and take a major that won't put you anywhere, then you just got into debt for no doggone reason.
Yep.
It's a cultural thing. Black people in America don't have wealth like others because they choose not to generate wealth through investments and passing their money down.
Who's teaching us to do this?
We should teach each other to do it. Why does somebody got to teach? You want the white man to teach us? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, hell, teach us something.
Okay, no, you could teach something. You got a college, you can get in a college education. When you have children, teach your children.
So basically help yourselves. We know you have this 200
Thanks, Tony.
That doesn't matter, bro. You don't have nothing to do with You don't have nothing to do with that.
Oh.
You don't have nothing to do with that.
I thought you said one at a time.
You don't have nothing to do with that.
I don't have nothing to do with what?
The 200 years that you're talking about.
Yes, I do. Have you ever heard of generational trauma, generational wealth?
Come on.
Don't own anything.
Guys, this nonsense about generational trauma, okay, is the most insane conversation that I keep hearing. All right? There's no such thing as generational trauma. I don't fall asleep at night and have traumatic dreams of things that my father went through growing up. My dad had a hard childhood growing up. And he told me the stories. And I'm like, yeah, he told me his stories, but I don't wake up in a cold sweat remembering the trauma he went through or the difficulties he went through or those of my granddad. So it's crazy when I hear this. And you know the upsetting thing? These guys know that it's not true. It's just a tool of exerting power over someone else. They use that to shut down a conversation. How about generational trauma? And that usually works when you're talking to a white person. A black person is talking to a white person and they raise that because they think, okay, because I'm black, I can say that and it makes it okay. But when you're talking to another black person, it makes no sense because the other black person is like, okay, so you claim to have generational trauma. How come I don't have generational trauma? So it's just crazy.
Where you come from?
Nothing. How can you build something when my people come from nothing? I come from South Memphis.
And I come from South 6.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I went to university.
What does comparison mean?
What does
comparison mean when the statistics say that we are behind?
We are not behind. Some people are behind. We're not behind. Why? Because we make positive decisions. He's not behind. He's not behind. She's not behind. Do I want to go?
You're on a college campus. You're on a college campus.
It depends on what you do with what you have presented to you.
Yeah.
You were born in wherever you were born at. Look at you now. What's the difference between you and other people that didn't choose?
Opportunity.
How did you get opportunity that other people didn't? You were in debt, so you didn't have the money. You didn't have the money to pay for it.
My parents didn't have much, but they had enough to keep me out the hood trying to make some money any way I can. I know people who have no anything. They have to go out there. They have no.
People talk about trying to make money any way they can. The problem with the gangsters and criminals in the hood is that they refuse to do menial jobs. They don't want to be the guy at the Walmart. They don't want to be the guy who helps to sweep the streets or clear the snow. They don't want to work at the garbage disposal center because that's for weaklings. That's for, now what's the word that came to mind? It's for people who don't know how to hustle. Okay? So they shame you into getting into a life of crime because you're not chasing the bag. You're not doing enough to be the man. You're not commanding respect. Okay? It's not that they can't get a job at Walmart.
Other choice. They have a horrible education.
They have a choice. Everyone has a choice.
Like here? It's horrible.
Okay, so let's explain it like this. I want to make sure we talk it at the same level.
Right.
So in America, every single person has an opportunity to do something with what they have in their hand.
And we have nothing in our hands.
Let me say this. I believe wholeheartedly that God gives you a hand of cards to play. Hear me out.
God gives you
Hear me out. God gives.
And therein lies the rub. These guys have been brainwashed into not believing in God. All right. When it's time to campaign, they show up at church, they hoop and holler to campaign in the church, but they truly do not believe in God. Like you can see, as soon as the Officer Tatum mentions God, you can see how he just checks out immediately.
Let me say this.
You know, so it's coming up.
I believe wholeheartedly that God gives you a hand of cards to play. Hear me out.
He checks out.
Hear me out. God gives you a hand of cards to play. Not everybody's hand is the same. What you can have a full deck of great cards and you play them poorly, you won't make it in life. You can have a bad hand. You play them strategically and you play them right, you'll do good in life. You had a not so good hand growing up where you grew up at. You made positive decisions that led you here. That's the hand you've been dealt. Everybody don't have a freaking silver spoon in their mouth. America is the only place.
They proportionately
Who is they?
Everybody else.
Everybody else like who? Are you saying white people? Brother, you in the same situation as all these white people and you play the victim.
Am I?
You at the same university?
Am I? What?
You see, the sad thing is, people who believe in the victim culture don't want to agree that there are white people who are poor. They're like people who are dirt poor, and they're white. They want to act like everyone who's white automatically has a trust fund set up by the United States government. That's a lie. You know it. I know it. And you know what? I think most of them know it. But like I said, it's all a tool of power. It's like the race hustlers. The race hustlers will always, crawl out of their holes to try to make everything about race. Oh, this is about race. That's about race. That's about race. But it's essentially about power. It's all about power. Tony says, you got it, brother. Yeah, it's all about power. Because look, sometimes, I'm like, is it that these people don't know? Is it that they don't see for themselves that what they believe is a lie? But I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, so we're still tracking the activities outside of the ICE facility. I'm going to flip over for a second. There's movement, but so squad cars are showing up, and they've let's do to them what they do to Trump, okay? Okay, they chickened out. They say that Trump always chickens out. They chickened out. Why didn't they push through the barricades and storm the gates of the ICE facility? Why didn't they do that? They chickened out. These guys are just crazy.
Continue to please move. Let's move across the street. And that's two separate sides of the fence. Supporters of the right.
Why would you act, bro? Why would you be on the side of a faction?
So well, they've backed up enough. So they've backed up enough. I don't think we're going to see any arrests, but who knows? Christmas might come early. So let's move on with the stories that we're covering. So last week we covered this video of this guy. Yeah, the mostly peaceful protester. Hang on. So here's a mostly peaceful protester.
My boy, I have your face, motherfucker. You're dead. Dead. Boys to back up and put your stick down, because I'm about that life. You said come on? You said come on, right? Yeah.
So the mostly peaceful protester, this guy, all right, this guy, okay, feeling himself, feeling cool with himself, feeling very, very strong, and letting the ICE officers know that they're cowards and that he knows who they are. Breaking news. FBI has just raided and arrested. Well, that happened last week, so it's not like it happened yesterday. They arrested him. They arrested this man caught on video threatening the lives of an ICE agent and his family outside ICE Newark. His name, Nicholas Scelfo, is facing federal felonies. Now, there's an update. There's an update on this story. Oh, goodness. So the update is that he's facing 10 years in prison. Right now, he's facing 10 years in prison. He confirmed that he was the one in the video, and he is facing 10 years in prison. Now, you have Mark Wayne Mullen. Okay, he essentially confirmed what you and I have always known about these protests.
Individuals that came in from Portland, not from New Jersey, came from Portland to lead. We've seen that they've been well supplied. We've seen Antifa flags being flown. And once the state police came out, and which, by the way, awesome group of guys, they understand crowd control very well. And they started pushing the individuals back after they warned them, started making arrests. You saw that the situation quickly got under control. And for us, when we first started calling, they were simply saying they didn't have the resources. And it's interesting to me that they finally found the resources and started clearing their streets.
Yeah.
We can control our building. we can provide security for our own building. But if the city and state streets, that is their job to do. However, we will do it if we have to protect.
So what he confirmed is something we've always known. Okay, these protesters or these protests aren't organic. They are not organic. They essentially are funded. They're funded by sponsors. Okay, the Democrat leftist sponsors. And most of them are bussed in from other countries. They arrested people who came in all the way from Portland. We know what happened in Portland last year. Antifa Portland, like, essentially had the run of the vicinity of the ICE facility for over 100 days before anything was done. Now, the find out moment has shown up. Look, these guys essentially have decided that they're going to become a nuisance to the neighborhood. So they're essentially walking around the neighborhood away from the boundaries of the curfew, making noise. You guys. Yeah, so they're still essentially melting down. They got their wings clipped yesterday. Let's see. Now, this is an interesting report, and I just want to play this video. Democrat Harold Ford Jr. on New Jersey anti-ICE rioters. He says that the place was open during the Obama administration and that Democrats essentially have gone too far. Let's have a listen.
I would urge Democrats, if indeed the governors around the country believe there's something inhumane, something illegal happening in these detention centers, the Democratic governors ought to all come together, fly to Washington, go to the White House, stand outside the White House and say, we would love a meeting with the president. Here's what we want. Yep. Can you give us access to these centers? We can go through and have the Rosannas and others walk through with cameras so we can see how people are being treated, what the conditions are, and remind people that President Obama, that place was open during the Obama administration. If there's something illegal going on here, we should get to the bottom of it. But for protesters to be outside engaging in this kind of violence, imparting these kind of threats to federal officials. I said it when people went to school board officials during COVID, when they were outside the parking lot. That was wrong. Democrats, we have to say this is wrong. And if we believe something illegal is happening, then ask the president, put a letter in his desk. We want to go into this place so we can go out and tell our people everything is fine in there. And we've got to let the system work its way through. Otherwise, we're going to continue to see this kind of violence and this kind of almost anarchy in our cities across the country.
Well, this guy and John Fetterman and a handful of other Democrats who essentially are too scared to raise their voices. They are too scared to raise their voices. So there are Democrats within the Democrat Party who have some common sense, but most of them don't want to stick their head or stick their neck out, because essentially anyone who goes against the grain essentially gets attacked by the radical left within the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party, I think, is more like Europe now. Okay, it's more like Europe. It's lost. It's like all of the insanity that they've essentially been pushing, it's done. Okay, now, speaking of Democrats and how the Democrat Party has been taken over by extreme leftists, there's an update. The police have just arrested Democrat congressional candidate Kirill Basin, that looks like Basin, in Hawaii for pulling a firearm on officials after storming a government building. The Democrat Party just keeps attracting the worst of the worst. Let's have a listen.
Maui police arrested congressional candidate Kirill Basin for terroristic threatening today for allegedly threatening multiple county workers while carrying a gun. He allegedly had an argument on Wednesday with council member Tom Cook and staff members. Then in Wailuku this morning, police locked down a county building while officers searched for the 40-year-old. 3 hours later, they found Basin in Kihei. Maui police arrested congressional...
So, now let me know in the chat, okay? Do you think there's hope for the Democrat Party? They keep pushing these insane policies. Do you think there's hope for the Democrat Party? Let me know in the chat. Now, I'm going to read the chat. I can see you guys are hanging out and just having fun. That's what this is all about. It's a watch party, okay? We're going to be looking at the news. We're going to be talking about our day. And Intergalactic Wrangler is intimidating all of us with his consistency, with his workouts. I have been consistent with taking daily walks, okay? I walk over 6 kilometers every day, and nothing interrupts my schedule. So I'm doing good. I am doing good, okay? Let's see. George Yashiba Blanchard. Okay, I'm going to look for that while we listen to the next story. Okay, so I'm going to listen to that. George Yashiba Blanchard, Jefferson County. Okay, I'm going to cover that as well. Gardening says there's no hope for the Dems because they are heading far left with terrorists as their future leaders, because the current Democrats are so scared of the radical far left in their party that they essentially can't do anything to resist the current that group has created. Okay, that group has essentially created a new culture for the Democrat Party that anyone who attempts to campaign or to speak any other way gets flushed out of the party. They want more radical, more violent rhetoric in their communication. They want to feel like the people in there are ready to fight, not just Trump, but anyone who has conservative Judeo-Christian values. So it's really gotten really bad for them. All right. Intergalactic Wrangler says he differs. He says there is hope for the Dems maybe in 8 years. I don't think 8 years. I think for them to flush out the poison that is within their ranks is going to take them maybe 10 or 15 years. I would go for 15 years. Okay. And AOC is young. If Ilhan Omar is still in the country, she's kind of young, even though she has an adult child. There are a bunch of them, Rashida Tlaib, and most of them stay in office for years. So unless something catastrophic happens, like all of the Democrat voters suddenly become Republicans, and then those guys lose their seats, and then more level-headed Democrats show up and begin to, speak common sense, it's going to take 15 years for anyone to believe them. Do you know why? Because people like you and me are still going to be around, reminding the world that this is what the left did. We're not going to let them forget that. No, we're not going to let them forget that. We're going to continue to put it in their faces, in the faces of all the potential voters. This is who they are. And then we'll see how they prove to themselves or prove to us that they've changed. Okay. Now here are consequences of the insane Democrat policies that we've been talking about on this show for weeks now. Okay. Now, just in Sheridan Gorman's Sheridan Gorman's family blames sanctuary policies and failed removal policies for the murder of their daughter, allegedly by an illegal immigrant with a criminal background. So let's listen to this video and the next.
Jose Medina is responsible for what he did to Sheridan, but he did not get to Sheridan himself. He got there through a broken system, through failed border enforcement, failed removal policies, failed local cooperation, and sanctuary policies that put ideology before safety. Let me be very clear about something. We love immigrants. We deeply respect legal immigration. Legal immigration is part of what makes America beautiful. It has strengthened our communities, our businesses, our neighborhoods, and our country. But illegal immigration is different. Criminal illegal immigration is different. And American families deserve to be protected in their own country. Jose Medina is responsible for what he did to Sheridan.
All right, sorry, I'm
but
trying
he did
to
not get to Sheridan
catch
himself.
the story
He got there through a
that's
broken system.
all right.
Through failed border.
Yeah, so let's play the next video real quick and then do a reaction.
Accused of murdering our daughter has now reportedly been found in jail with a homemade weapon. Other inmates feared for their safety.
So the immigrant, the dentist and rocket scientist who broke into the country, because the Democrats want you to believe that all immigrants are dentists, scientists, rocket scientists, the next inventors. They are the ones who built America, according to the Democrats. He was found with a shiv in prison. Okay, so this guy is not a puppy dog who accidentally murdered an American citizen. He's a career criminal. He was found with a shiv in prison. Okay, let's keep listening.
So let's stop pretending this man is harmless and has the mentality of a child. He was a danger outside, and he is apparently a danger inside, and he should never be free in the same city as our daughter. These policies did not protect Sheridan, they protected him.
Well, that is Sheridan Gorman's father. Her grieving family is calling out Chicago's sanctuary policies as the illegal migrant suspect who's charged with the college student's murder is now appearing in court on new charges. Mike Tobin is live at the courthouse in Chicago, where he just spoke exclusively with the Gorman family. Mike?
All right, so essentially, this is yet another sad result of insane Democrat policies. Now, I'm going to read your chat. Now, I've lined up the story about Judge Yashiba Blanchard. And I think I'm going to tie it into this story because we have a connection between these cases of violent illegal aliens committing crimes and being let loose on the society, because these people are essentially woke judges who don't care a thing about the rule of law. All they want to do is oppose Trump at every turn. All right. The ICE protests are still going, like it's going on. I'm tracking it, but it's boring. There's no arrests. They've all run scared. They're elsewhere making noise and crying about how the freedom of speech is being attacked. So the only thing we're interested in seeing is consequences, so they can keep mewling and crying. Now, let me read your chats, okay? Let's see. Tony says, the Democrat Party is effed. The voting system, I'm going to put it up on the screen. The voting system is the threat and needs real attention. Otherwise, guys like Mamdani will get in. Yes, that is true. The SAVE Act is still pending. Is there any movement on John Thune being primaried? Because a couple of weeks ago, for the last 2 weeks, we had epic elections. Okay, we celebrated one live last week from Texas. We're having some movement. MAGA is moving all of these crazy rhinos out and putting in patriots. I hope that continues. I hope that John Thune is essentially removed, because he hasn't impressed me with the efforts he's made on the SAVE Act. The SAVE Act is essential to protect the integrity of the elections. The Democrats literally want illegal aliens to vote in elections. That is insane. No country on the planet does this. None. Let's see. Intergalactic Wrangler says the line is getting blurred. I think you mean the line between, I don't know. I'll just keep going. Let's see. Mike has been lifting. Look at his neck. Well, I guess so. Gardening says our country should not allow foreign-born people in government leadership positions. See, last year and early this year, I said something very controversial, and I felt that the more I say it, the more immigrants will hate me. But you know what? I don't care. I moved my family to North America to escape the insanity of Africa. Okay? Now, if I have someone in Africa who comes here and runs for office and gets elected, what are you doing? They weren't able to fix their country. They weren't able to lead properly in their country. What makes you think that they're going to simply come in here and become angels? Okay? I don't support immigrants. What I said last year and a few months back was this. Only allow second generation or even third generation immigrants to run for any form of office in the United States. Period. It's controversial, but it's safe because you're not just talking about voting, you're talking about cultures. Because right now I'm an immigrant. I'm raising I don't know how you count it. I think I'm raising a first generation of immigrants. My kids are first generation, I think. I think that's how it's counted. Let me know in the chat if I'm right. And I still pass across some of my experiences from Africa to them. Not intentionally, it's because I've lived in Africa for over 40 years. I will inadvertently pass that on to them. So you need maybe another generation or so for that to be heavily diluted, so that when they get into office, they don't bring that culture into the American system. They don't. It's not needed. I'm being very honest about this. It should not be happening. But I don't think anyone anyone who's an immigrant will like that, and the woke people won't like it either. Let's see. Yes. Gardening also says they start on school boards. Yeah, that's true. And these people are very patient. These people are very patient. They start with the school boards, and then they begin to rise up in the ranks. And before you know it, they're they're the governor of your state. It's crazy. Yeah, that should be a no-brainer, but it's not. We're literally having arguments. Look, once we started having conversations about whether men could get pregnant, the left lost the, let's use the term, the right to run anything. Once you begin to have stupid conversations like, well, a man can give birth, a man can have a period, so that you have the likes of Tampon Tim putting tampons in boys' bathrooms. It simply means that the left has lost the ability to govern or to rule. That's my opinion. Oops. Sorry. Gardening says Thune and the rest of them were on vacation once again until today. Yeah, because look, they claim that they are for the working class, but they are elitists. That's all they are. I'm looking at the monitor to see if anything is going on. They're just milling around and whining. That's all they're doing, whining and speaking speaking into their bullhorns. Intergalactic Wrangler says, I'd like to hope it isn't going to get bad, but I know better. Yeah. Look, I wish I could sit here. Look, the only thing that I'm hopeful about is this. People like me are having kids. People like me are having kids. People like me are learning that we shouldn't depend on the public school system to educate our kids. So I educate my kids at home. I routinely talk to them about history. I talk to them about values. I teach them about the things that I believe. I'm passing that on to them. So I am raising little mini-me's. Okay? Intergalactic Wrangler says, I feel bad for anyone not in the States. It's difficult out there. It's difficult out there. Look at Europe. Look at Europe. Now, oh yeah, guys, stick around. I'm going to be unveiling the merch store, okay? I'm going to be unveiling the merch store. I'm going to be showing you now. I'm thinking of making a t-shirt, essentially talking about protecting the last lifeboat. Okay, USA is the last lifeboat. I'm going to think of a concept. I'm not a fantastic designer. I'm going to think of something, but I'm going to do something with that merch because I believe, are they praying? Hang on. This is rich. Hold on. Are they praying? Hang on. This is crazy.
We're here to pray for those people's release, and we can do that. We can't release them now.
Oh my goodness.
Let's fucking try.
Your government can release them now. They're being it. This is
So a group of them want to pray for the release of the illegal aliens, and then the bunch of them that don't believe in God are like, the government can release them. We don't need to pray. This is entertaining.
Excuse me, we have somebody causing a problem from the other side. Can we get a cop? Yeah, can we get a cop? Can we get a cop? 35 fucking cops to help. A guy is causing a problem. Are we going to actually do something when there is an actual problem? No, but you're all doing a God circle. He's causing a problem. He is not part of us.
Ooh.
He is not part of us and he's causing a problem.
He wants to go pray, go pray. He's over here whispering in everybody's ear, go away and back up. Just go away.
He's making the situation worse. He's causing a
When
problem.
the left eats their own. Okay, we're going to come back to this. This is crazy. Okay, yeah, so Tony says the link. Play the link. Did you email me something, Tony? Hope I didn't miss did it, because I have this up. Okay, I have this up. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing something that you sent me, so I'm going to check the inbox. Hope okay, you didn't send anything. Good. I didn't miss anything. All right, back here. So, is this the story Intergalactic? Is this the story that Tony, is this the story you're talking about? Alabama judge suspended after being accused of delaying cases so she could walk her dogs, as well as making racial remarks against a white woman. Probate judge Yashiba Blanchard has been smacked with a 120-page complaint accusing her of misconduct in multiple cases. In one case, Blanchard canceled a hearing, forcing a patient to remain hospitalized for 2 additional weeks. This is the kind of stuff that happens in Africa, guys. It happens in Africa. It does. Okay. So this patient will now remain hospitalized for an additional 2 weeks solely due to the lack of timely access to the hearing process, an email from the hospital staff read. This not only prevents her from being home with her family for Thanksgiving, but it also generates unnecessary hospitalization costs and creates avoidable emotional distress for the patient. On another occasion, Blanchard allegedly made a racist comment about white chief clerk Amanda Reed. A staffer was asked by the judge if they liked Reed. When the staffer said they did, Blanchard replied, "Oh, I forgot you like kissing white ass." I've been called a bootlicker in the comments section. Okay, so this is racist. But when it comes from a white person, black person, green person, it's racist. In another case, a clerk asked Blanchard if she could be reassigned to Birmingham because the commute made it hard for her to see her sisters, who was dying of cancer. Blanchard never responded, and the clerk's sister died shortly after. Now, these are reported, okay? And this is, look, I don't know. There's no need to play the video, is there? Everything is about sex for these guys. All right. Even the judge, even the judge is trying to look sexy. Okay. It's fine if you're looking sexy at home for your husband, not smacking your lips on social media. So let's see. So Tony, yeah, it's still more of the same, like furries. Jeez. All right. Like Elon Musk said, is the woke mind virus. Okay, so only Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm going to read this out. Only Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito can have kids. It was called Twins. Well, that was a fun movie to watch. Let's see. It says that movie explains everything. Okay. Tony says, yeah. I did play the link. And Intergalactic Wrangler, look. Now they're eating their own.
Against us standing here, would be going and praying with those inmates who that helps them. But instead you stand here and pray to us? For what? For what? Because you're trying to make a point that's unnecessary.
I'm a social justice warrior. I'm angry.
Help the people in there. Stop standing here and preaching to them about being a God for them. I'm listening to you. Have I not listened to you? No, you haven't. Have a conversation with you. We're not here.
None by day, only oh, come on. But that's true. None by day, only fans by night. That is it's true.
Start a prayer circle in the middle of the street to get mad.
Do they have jobs?
Please. I just start a prayer circle in the middle of the street and I get mad.
Prayer circle.
You start a prayer circle in the middle of the street. No one here stop filming. I'm not the prayer.
So the guys who want to pray are being confronted, I would like to use the word confronted, by those who kind of don't want to pray.
We're getting hurt. Okay, so today, dude. Okay. All of a sudden we care about people getting hurt. All of a sudden we feel these things so
we talk about this all the time.
That's what we're doing. We're here yelling at you.
These people have no regard for God, and they invoke God or Jesus as a power play. All right, they know that it's being live streamed. They want to use God or Jesus as a lever. All right. So whenever people see us praying for the immigrants, okay, while behind us are screaming F-ICE, it kind of provides that moral cover for the insane actions that these guys are carrying out. They can't even agree. God says, so glad they are the party of tolerance. It clearly shows, yeah, like they're very tolerant. Someone wants to pray and someone else is attacking them for wanting to pray. Intergalactic Wrangler says the painter masks won't help when the pepper starts flying. Yeah, it won't, but you know what? And it's pink. It's a pink mask. It's a pink. Look, I'm all for, the cosmetics of things. All right, but I don't think that cosmetic tools tend to work so well. Okay, that's my opinion. Tony says, super pathetic and sad. They are paid soldiers from a Marxist ideology who don't give an F about them. And most of them don't know this. They don't. They are useful idiots. You know what? You know what? This is sad. Okay, just watching this. So the lady in red, I think, is one of the people who wanted to pray. Now she's having to negotiate with the person who's wearing a kafir around their head. Like, these people are so delusional, it hurts. They're so delusional, it hurts.
You were there for the photo op, but you still stayed out there.
Oh man, this is sad.
And that's a great question because while we do appreciate the sentiment, is what are we doing? What are we doing? What are the actions? What is the plan? We can't be out there and
having a strategy meeting on a live stream.
What is the plan?
So what's the plan?
We're not asking for thoughts and prayers. We're asking for action.
He said, we're not asking for thoughts and prayers. We're asking for action. Like I said, they don't believe in God. They don't. So people who want to pray are being run off by the atheistic radical left in the crowd. Right, so stay tuned. I'm going to be showing you I'm going to be unveiling what I've done so far with the merch. I hope you like it. I did a bit of a review yesterday of a draft. So I'm going to be revealing the rest of it today. And I hope you like it. This is sad to watch. It's sad to watch. But it is what it is.
No, but it can't be because the separation of church and state. So if they're not going to be and that's what we're not going back to that. Now, with that being said,
this argument is going to take a while. All right, guys, this argument is going to take a while. They're just arguing, and there are a bunch of them who don't want to pray. There are a bunch of others who want to pray. And like I said, and guys, I'm not being judgmental, okay? I'm not. Maybe I am just a little, but I don't think I am, okay? What they've done and the policies that they've backed historically are so anti-biblical. When I say anti-biblical, I'll just say anti-God. So that when you listen to them try to shoehorn God into their woke ideology and policy, it's painful to watch. But the sad thing is that many people don't know what the Bible really says. And so when somebody just mentions Jesus, people's eyes just glaze over. It's like that kid we watched earlier who was debating with Officer Tatum. As soon as they hear the word Jesus or God or the Bible, their eyes just glaze over. Like from that point on, they're not listening. And so whatever anyone says after they said the Bible says or Jesus says or God, they aren't paying attention, and most people don't know what the Bible really says. They know what religion says, but they don't know what the Bible really says. Hang on, let's listen to what she's saying.
Why is Geo Group allowed to operate without a license? Why is Geo Group allowed to operate without an occupancy license? Why is the city allowing Geo Group to occupy a land without an occupancy license?
Are they arguing now about land acknowledgement?
You're complicit?
Are they talking about land acknowledgement now?
Do you sleep at night knowing people are in cages?
People are fucking starving themselves.
I'm sorry, but no.
Why is your action plan empty promises?
I have a promise. We know.
So who is she?
Do you
I don't
always
know.
avoid accountability
I
of
don't
your
know.
constituents?
Okay, so it appears like if those questions are being directed at this lady in red, then she might be someone in politics. She might be someone in politics.
I want to know what you've been doing to shut this down, because you said you've been working for months to shut this down.
You can never talk to me. You can never.
All right, so, oh goodness, what's going on here now?
Never talk to me about anything. It's a joke.
These guys are just eating themselves alive.
It's like an oxymoron.
Really?
What?
I know who the fuck I am.
Well, I understand the privilege. Well, that's why I'm here.
Your privilege is standing
I don't have privilege in America.
Yes, you are.
Oh my goodness, this is glorious to watch. This is glorious to watch. This is the final form of identity politics. This is the final form of identity politics. Two groups that claim to not be privileged, trying to out-privilege each other.
All right. I came out here so that you all.
Words were programmed. Yeah.
And I saw what happened yesterday, the day before that.
These two.
I didn't want that to happen.
My face is blocking the screen. Hang on. You guys need to end to watch this. This is fun. Oops, that's too big.
Just keep that in mind. All of them are full of shit.
I'm not siding with any type of abuse.
I'm just gonna push my. Yeah, so these guys are just losing it.
Whenever they do stuff like this, it's all performative. If they really cared,
they
would have been out there every day. I've never seen them. We've been out here every day. Status quo.
Privilege each other. I don't know if that's a word.
Protesters have.
You've got privilege. Look at me, I'm black. I'm not privileged. Oh my goodness. So
they stand on the side.
The woman wearing the kafia claims that the black man is privileged, and the black man says, "Look at me, I'm black. I'm not privileged." The woman says, in her mind, her level of less privilege is that she's a woman and maybe identifies as a Palestinian sympathizer.
All of us here.
You can wear white face and wear black. Let's argue.
We all are now.
Guys, I did not know that would. Look, this is hilarious, guys.
I'm sorry, I do use that.
You know, I forgot to ask the audience to subscribe, like, share the video. I keep forgetting to do that.
But it's okay.
Can you tell him his constituents are here now? That we were answering now?
Yeah, we'll take the press conference right here.
He can. He doesn't want to do the shit here. He can. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am. And maybe I'll just hide the donate button, or I'll just move it to the side here. Okay. Yeah, sorry. And thanks for letting me know, Godly.
Mayor Baraka knows that we're all.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
He still chooses not to show up. You're here. I don't see why you have. I'm here. I'm here. You got a job? Yeah. I got a job. I got a life. I'm over here. I gotta get the fuck over. I'm here.
They're literally eating themselves alive in real time.
But I'm here. I can't. Stand down here. What is your time? Not enough. Not enough.
Yeah.
I don't understand. He's being here.
I was hidden. Okay.
Two different things. Come and do something.
If my car is parked over there and I go in,
Guys, this would be painful to watch if it wasn't so hilarious. Like, it's cracking me up. I'm trying to understand. I'm really trying to understand how these people function. Senator John Kennedy said, referring to AOC, it must hurt to be that stupid. Like, it hurts to just watch these guys twist themselves into a pretzel, okay, to show how underprivileged they are. The hands are clicking so fast. Nothing says funny when you have them all trying to be victims, or yet claim the others are privileged when any other time they are victims. Look, yeah, I can't keep up too. This is crazy. All right, so the fight. I think the fight is over. I think. All right, so I guess the politician is leaving. The entire thing has petered out. So the police officer, so it's clearly someone who has political office because she's being escorted by a police officer. At first, I thought she was maybe someone who was leading an NGO or something. She was trying to get them to pray, I think, and then she got slapped down in epic fashion. Dirt floor and a potato farm with hand-me-downs built this country. That is true. That is true. The elite don't want to admit to it, and the socialists who claim to be on the side of the working class continue to bring policies that make living for the working class almost impossible. All right, guys. Is it okay if we switch over to unveiling the merch? Let me know in the chat, because it seems like there's nothing to see here. All the spark has left the room since the lady who wanted to pray has essentially been kicked out. All right, almost as bad as those who can't define a woman, except to say a man can be a woman, but they don't need men's votes. A Democrat was saying they didn't need men's votes this week. Oh no, look. I would love for them to keep saying that.
I appreciate you tuning in tonight. This is BG on the scene. I'm very grateful for...
Yeah, so essentially there's nothing happening. So let's switch over. I'm going to switch over to... Give me a sec. Let me switch over to the merch. All right. So there's other stories. We'll pick up on other stories tomorrow. I keep finding these stories and they are just insane. Stories are just insane. All right, so let me, I think I can do this. Let me widen this, see if it shows up on the screen. So guys, okay, someone is melting down. Oh, geez. Hold on. Should I do this? There's the Kafia girl. I don't know if I should. Let's look at the Okay, merch, good. Um, so 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 this is the first design that I talked about. Okay, I basically call the product line "Freedom of the Second Amendment," and essentially what this is, I'm gonna pick one of the tops. So let's look at this one. Okay, so essentially it's a hoodie with the Bible plus Second Amendment equals freedom scrawled across the back of the top. Let me go back. Let me see if I can find another top. We have hats. Um, we have hats, and that's what they look like. So these are the mock-ups, and of course you can get them in different sizes. And let's see. I'm gonna gardening. I saw his comment and I pretended that I didn't see it. I saw his comment and I was like, I'm just going to pretend I didn't see that. All right. So yeah, so these are female designs and so on. I'm going to put these links in the chat. I'm going to put these links in the chat in case you feel like popping over. Now, I'm still working on these. I'm going to look at the chat to see what you guys think about the designs. All right. I'm going to see what you guys think about these designs. Then we have mugs. Hold on. I like this black mug, this jet black mug with 1776 USA on the sides and the Bible plus Second Amendment equals freedom. Maybe someday we're going to have that conversation around that concept, because I strongly believe that I grew up in a country where the Second Amendment did not exist. Today, people who are armed are murdering Christians, and all the government can do is make excuses. I like this top here. It's really nice and clean. All right, so these are this is the freedom of the Second Amendment line. And then there is the Love America First line. I think most of you will like this line. We have the hat that says Love America First. All right. And I'm putting the 1776 on the side to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the United States independence. So it's essentially going to be kind of a 250-year anniversary line. Okay. These hoodies are cool. Love America First. Same for all of them. I like this zipper hoodie. So I'm gonna post this link as well in the chat, and I'm gonna minimize and see what you guys think about these. Let me minimize, not minimize. Let me skip over to. I like the 1770 on the side. Yeah, it's cool. I like it too. I like it too. I was thinking now, guys, I'm not American. I'm not going to pretend that I'm American. But I love the United States. And oh, can you click on a few colors? Oh, sorry about it. I didn't see that. Okay, so I'm going to pick one of these. So gardening wanted me to click on a few of the colors. I'm going to pick this one. Okay, so this has, you can choose different colors, and I like this one. This is nice. You can pick different colors, and this is jet black over. Yeah, so we can go to this one and switch colors. This is navy blue, I think, and then you can also check the black out as well. Okay, so and we also have tees. It's summer, so hoodies aren't going to be good for summer. We have whites. We have the insignia on the left breast over there. And we have red. I think I have this is a kid's cut. Let's see. Oh, this is feminine. So we have pink, and we have we can pick colors over here. So all of that is available on the website. Now, before, if you feel like you said click on something blue. Okay, so this is blue. Okay, so this is blue. This is sky blue, I think, light blue, and this is navy blue, I think. Yeah, this is navy blue. So I'm having to look at the chat. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to catch up with. Okay, so the hats, I guess I can do it through the link. Yeah. So yeah, for the hats. Okay, yeah. So you wanted to look at the blue. Is this navy? Yeah. So this is the navy blue of the hats. Navy blue version of the hat. To the left and to the right, there's that on either side. Now, if you have suggestions, now the reason why I'm showcasing this because earlier today, I wanted. Did you guys see the classroom video? Is it the video about the teacher that was essentially attacking the student for pushing back on gender ideology being taught in the classroom and essentially telling the teacher that it was illegal and the teacher eventually got fired and so on? Is that the video you're talking about, Tony? Just let me know in the chat. So I literally thought about doing like a members only live stream where I kind of showcase the merch store, but I wasn't sure that would be. I wasn't sure how it was going to pan out, so I figured, okay, I'll wait until the end of the live stream to kind of do this unveiling, and then get your feedback. So if you see any of the products, because I have a few of the products that kind of I still have to go into work on to make some changes. For example, there are some of these shirts that have 1776 on the back. They aren't supposed to be on the back, so I have to go in and move this to the patch on the arm. So if you find any design that you want, but it has some of these aberrations, if you like it as is, you can send me a message by email to say, hey, I know you said this was something that you wanted to change, but I think this is a good design to keep. So you can send an email to my inbox, crossroadsirl@gmail.com, and let me know, hey, this design, I like it as is. Now, I've shared the link to the merch store directly, but I'm working on pulling all these products into YouTube so that whenever the live streams are going on, the merch would be at the base of the videos. So I'm working on doing that, but I have to first of all be done with the designs. All right, I'm going to read your chat in a bit. Tony says there's a video. He's asking about a video. Let's see, the one in the UK. Let's see. Intergalactic Wrangler. Come on, guys. He wants me to make a wife beater t-shirt. Do you know what? Maybe I should just rage bait just for you. Just do that t-shirt and get some people angry at the channel and report the channel to YouTube or something. Okay, maybe we'll do that. All right. So Tony is talking about a video. Just give me a sec. Okay, so let's wrap up with the talk about the merch. I'm going to read the comments, your reactions about the merch, and then see if we can squeeze in that video that Tony is mentioning. Tony has asked us if we looked at a certain video, so maybe we could make out time if we have enough time to do that, or maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Okay, Tony, here's the thing. All right, let's do that video tomorrow. I'm going to queue it up as one of the stories that we'll cover tomorrow. Okay, so that I can do it justice, because right now I'm going to have to look for it and then set it up and then play it, and it's going to kind of be a drag. So we're currently at the tail end. So I promise that we'll cover it tomorrow. Okay, so it's there's one in the UK, and then there's one that happened in the United States. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Okay, so let's see. Is that your permanent logo? Sorry. This beer has no clamp on my mouth at the moment. Oh my goodness. Is that your permanent logo? I don't know what you're referring to as the permanent logo, Intergalactic Wrangler. You need to clarify. Gardening says, I like the 1776 on the side. Cool. Thank you so much. I hope you like it. And if you buy one, I hope you enjoy it. Look, it has to mean something. And honestly, the kind of content we're covering right now means something to me. And I'm glad that it does to you too. I do like the America First hat. Okay. So if there's any feedback, like anything like, oh, hey, any suggestions, even merch suggestions, the wife beater merch suggestions, maybe not so much, but any merch suggestion that you want to make, you can send them to me via email, and then I will definitely be working on those designs. I want to make stuff for you guys that you would enjoy thoroughly. So I'm going to be listening for your feedback on this. The hats, I guess I can do it through the link. Yeah, you can. You can. The link is active. The link is active. You can literally do whatever you need to do within the link right now. Let's see. Angler is going to be the model for the wife beater t-shirt. I would love to see him take a picture and post it and say, hey, this is my favorite t-shirt. Yeah, let's see. Give me a few weeks. Yeah, so Tony says that's great if they were fired. So the one in the United States, the teacher in the United States was fired. Gardening says, is there really a 25% off? Yes, I think there is. I think it's active. So you can attempt to make a purchase. It has to show up in the cart. The website where I set up the products does stuff like that. So you should be able to make a 25% off purchase right now. If it doesn't work at checkout, stop, let me know so I can make sure it works and you get your 25% discount. Okay, I want you to get the discount. I see the redeem button. Good deal. Yeah. So I want you guys to take advantage of that if you want to. So what I'll do is if you get to checkout, and yeah, it's a 2-week promotion. This is going to run for 2 weeks. So once we're clear on the designs and the merch and so on, starting tomorrow, I'm going to start pushing the merch. I'm going to say, hey, there's a 25% discount. It's running, it's running for 2 weeks and so on, and it should encourage people to actually make the purchase. So yeah, so I'm glad you guys are reacting so well to the merch store, and I'm glad that it's turning out kind of more pro freedom, pro America, just like all of us are. So I'm really glad that that's working out. So glad it's working out. So thank you, Intergalactic Wrangler. Well, guys, we're gonna have to call it a night. I love you guys deeply. You guys, like, I keep saying it, and I say I pray for you guys, and I do. I love the fact that we get to hang out and just talk. The live streams have evolved a lot from the days of me going live on a random Sunday and Intergalactic Wrangler jumping on to watch this random Nigerian immigrant talking about Christians being murdered in Nigeria, and then he stays. Like that was a shocker for me because I didn't expect that to happen. I just did the live stream because it mattered. Okay, because most of the stories I cover tend to center around the United States, but you stayed. And you know what? That mattered to me, Intergalactic Wrangler. And the fact that you're still here telling wife-beating jokes means that our friendship has grown. Professional wife beater. Yep. Our relationship has deepened. Tony is right here. We talk a lot. We talk regularly. Tony is here. He randomly jumped into the chat when some unhinged leftists, whether they were bots or real people, were attacking me on a live stream after the very first No Kings protest. And he just jumped in, saw how I handled it, and became a member of the channel. Okay, so like you guys you've come into my life at really, really interesting times. Gardening joined the live stream was it a couple of weeks back? It's been a little over 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks plus. Okay, and she feels like she's been here forever. Okay, Patricia is busy. Believe me, I spoke with Patricia. She has so much work to do. Oh goodness. Patricia is over 70 and she's mowing the weeds in her property, on her property. She's ripping up rugs from the floor of her house and everything. She's busy trying to get things in order, so she hasn't been able to join the live streams, but she's family. All of you are family. I pray for you guys and I love you guys deeply, and I'm so grateful that we get to hang out and just talk about being a potential professional wife beater. Congratulations. Look, I'm going to start calling. Okay, no, that's not going to be good. It's not going to be good if a random person just joins the live stream and catches me making a joke about wife beating. It's not going to end well for that live stream. Okay? You mean the shirt? Okay, I don't just sit and talk with everyone. Yeah, and you know what? I know, and I'm so glad that we've been able to make a connection. I'm glad you feel that way. Gardening says, it was nice seeing you both tonight. Thanks for everyone who joined and were silent. Hope you all have a nice night. Yes, Gardening, thank you so much. And Gardening has been holding down the chat. Thank you so much, Gardening. Let's see. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. And look, sometimes bad things happen and something good comes out of it. Okay, so I'm talking to you, Gardening. Yeah, sometimes bad things happen, but good things come out of it. I lost my job 10 months ago, and then I lost my ability to search for work because I needed to renew my paperwork, and I had to do full-time YouTubing, and I've been doing that for 10 months now. And and let's say I kept my job, and let's say I was still doing what I was doing, maybe I wouldn't be doing this right now. Maybe. So sometimes bad things do happen, but it connects us to good things and great people. So Gardening, Tony, Intergalactic Wrangler, and everyone else who's been on the show. Chrissy didn't make it tonight. Looking forward to seeing her again on another show. Everyone else who's watched and lurked and didn't chat, but you're just like curious about, hey, what are these guys talking about with this African immigrant who can't shut up about being a patriot and he's not an American? It's an amazing thing to kind of look at if from the outside looking in, but we're all connecting, and I do love the fact that we're evolving as a community and becoming really close knit. So thank you guys for everything. Just hanging out. Every time I go live and I see you guys pop in the chat, it lifts my spirit. You guys have been an encouragement, and I want to thank you for it. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to do a hard stop here. I've slobbered over all of you for long enough. So love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And let me know your thoughts on the merch in the inbox, like I asked. All right, good night, and God bless you. Bye-bye.